I'm Errol Lewis. We're coming to you from City Hall. Well, the mayor is expected to be ceremonially sworn in just a few minutes from now at 1 p.m. But leading up to then, we've got some special guests who are here for the occasion. One of them with me right now is New York State Attorney General Letitia James, who administered the oath of office to Zohran Mamdani just last night. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Tell us what that was like. This was done at this abandoned or unused City Hall station underneath where we're sitting right now.
It's a decommissioned subway station right below where we are sitting right now. And it represents the grand ideas, the great ideas of the past. And so all we've got to do, again, in this administration of Zohran Mamdani, is dust off a little bit of the dirt and focus on building great and grand things as we go forward. And he has the vision. He's got the promise, he's got the prosperity of rebuilding the city of New York and focusing on all of us, particularly those who are concerned about New York City being too unaffordable.
Tell me about your relationship with him, how you got to know him, because it really is extraordinary. A year ago, in January of last year, he literally was polling at possibly under 2%, under 1%.
Yeah.
How did you get to know him?
So I got to know Assembly Member Mamdani when he went on a hunger strike for taxi drivers. And we were focusing, again, working with Mayor de Blasio, trying to address the fact that a significant number of taxi drivers had these loans which were exorbitant. The interest rates were usurious. And it was really critically important that the Attorney General of the state of New York, the mayor of the city of New York, and members of the legislature try to address their needs, try to give them some relief. As you know, there were a number of taxi drivers who committed suicide as a result of these loans that they were increasingly unaffordable. He went on a hunger strike, and obviously that's when I got to know him and respect him for that, because he put himself, he thought about others before he thought about himself. And he's really authentic and genuine.
Yeah, it's really remarkable.
Yeah.
In fact, in a full circle moment, we had some footage of him arriving with his wife for today's ceremony in a yellow taxi, of course. Let me ask you, though, have you ever seen anything like the meteoric rise? You and I have seen a lot of different campaigns, and I'd have to go back to 2007, 2008, and the extraordinary rise of Barack Obama for anything even remotely comparable to somebody going from complete obscurity to mayor of New York in less than a year.
So I sort of knew that there was something to his campaign because, again, like Barack Obama, individuals knocked on my door in Brownstone, Brooklyn, at least 8 or 9 times. There was energy all throughout the streets of New York City, and individuals believed in him. These were volunteers, unpaid volunteers, who recognized that New York City was increasingly becoming unaffordable. Individuals who wanted to own homes, individuals who wanted child care, individuals, obviously, who wanted to focus on food insecurity and so many issues. These were the true believers. And when I saw that excitement and that electricity, I said, I need to hitch my wagon to this.
You know, it really is interesting. As you know, you and I live nearby. You used to be my city councilwoman. And it was the area, it turned out, more in your area, that gave him the biggest margin of victory of any neighborhood anywhere in the city. So it really is extraordinary. Talk a little bit about that. These are the young professionals, some newcomers to New York, people who really want to buy property, start a family, and make a life here. He really is sort of their political champion in a lot of ways.
He broadened the table. He included individuals, particularly in the Muslim community, the South Asian community, that have historically been left out of the body politic. He brought in individuals who represent the base of the Democratic Party, African Americans and Latinos. And he brought in young progressives who were hungry for being part of the body politic and invoking change in the body politic and focusing on the felt needs as opposed to the same issues over and over again. And it was that coalition that came together that gave him that margin of victory in record numbers.
So now, you are involved in national politics. You're a national figure. I've seen you with some of your fellow attorneys general. You're certainly involved in a lot of national issues. To what extent is this transferable? Is this unique to New York, or are there other leaders, other parts of, say, Democratic politicians, even Republican politicians, who might want to learn from the experience that we've seen here in New York?
Well, believe it or not, the President of the United States is now talking about affordability. So it transcends body politic. It's really about representing the felt needs of New Yorkers and Americans as a whole. And not focusing on issues such as hurting immigrants and separating families and being cruel. And it's focusing again on affordability, on public safety, child care, transit needs, and food insecurity. And that's what he is singularly focused on. And you can't, again, get him distracted. You can't get him off message because he is genuine and authentic and focusing again on delivering these results.
In a few weeks, all eyes are going to turn to Albany,
yes,
where you and your colleagues are going to be trying to make sense of whatever is happening with the state budget, among other things. Are we in for a tough season as New Yorkers?
So listen, we've lost a lot of federal funds. And as you know, as the Attorney General of the state of New York, my job is to protect New York from harms. And that's why it's not about fighting back against Donald Trump. It's really about protecting New Yorkers and ensuring that all of the funds that we're entitled to come to New York City and to New York State. That's my job each and every day. That's what I do. And so, you know, we have been successful in a lot of the cases, but in some cases we've lost some transit funds, we've lost some housing funds, we've lost some infrastructure funds. And to the extent that we can work with this administration to let them know that we are a donor state, a donor city. We give more money to Washington, D.C. than we get back, that we are entitled to those funds. And that's why I use the law, both as a sword and as a shield, to demonstrate that, not to fight against any one individual, to let them know that New Yorkers obviously have concerns. We want to build affordable housing. We want more child care. We want more infrastructure. We want more union jobs. That's my job, and that is also, that will be the focus of Mayor Mamdani.
All right, very good. Well, one thing, interestingly enough, that you and President Trump seem to have in common is that you have a pretty friendly relationship with Zohran Mamdani. We're going to wish you a Happy New Year once again, and we'll talk real soon. Thanks a whole lot.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you.